We will not allow ourselves to continue to be influenced by flat-out communism, socialism, any of the dark forces that have come to impose their will on so many of us. Now is the time for every patriot in this country to stand up, make their voices heard, and be counted.
Sidney Powell certainly stood up, and she counts in a big way. Sidney Powell, former federal prosecutor, counsel for General Flynn. She's been working on behalf of the president, but not directly with the president's team legally. Sidney, welcome back to Newsmax. We're pulling for you. As you know, this is an opinion show, and we're on your side. How are you holding up, first of all?
Oh, we're doing fine. Thank you, Greg. The pace is a bit much at times, but we just plow on through it, and we're determined to win because the American people have been defrauded from their lawful votes in this election, and that cannot stand.
So, totally agree. Let's talk about what happened today in that Georgia courtroom. A defeat, not the first one. This happens in the process, but you got shut down today, at least in federal court. Can you tell us about what happened?
Yes, we were there for a hearing on motions to dismiss filed by every organization that you can imagine, even as interveners, where they had no place to be in our case, but the DNC and Perkins Coie law firm and everyone aligned on the left decided to file briefs in our case, and the court let them do that. And they argued against our complaint that alleges all the election fraud and multiple federal constitutional claims that arise from that invalidated the votes of hundreds of thousands of Georgians who voted for President Trump. Some didn't have their votes counted. Some had their votes eradicated effectively by fraudulent ballots. The court wouldn't pay any attention to any of it. It was obvious the judge had made up his mind before he hit the bench, and he read from prepared notes when he granted the motion to dismiss. So we had oral argument, but I would say it was essentially meaningless, except to the extent the public got to hear another federal judicial proceeding that didn't turn out the way it should have.
So, Sidney, can you give us a little bit of a path forward? What happens next? We have had some difficulties in court, as you know. You still have the fire. A lot of folks have faith, but the Electoral College is meeting next week. So how's this going to play out?
Well, we're going to proceed immediately with an emergency appeal, and we expect to get relief in the Supreme Court.
And all right, so let's go. And by the way, there are lots of different tracks going on here. You're still focused primarily on the Dominion voting machines and the issues on a technical basis, correct?
The multiple means of fraud that resulted in the supposed win for Biden when it was actually a landslide for Trump. But yes, we focus also on the systemic problem with the Dominion machines. We have an expert who's identified that the vote for Biden was 5% overall greater wherever there were Dominion machines than any of the other votes. That is essentially the amount of votes that they can flip and brag about being able to flip. We know from one of our witnesses that these machines were created in Venezuela, and the entire process was started there to make sure Mr. Chavez won every election. And then, of course, the Wall Street Journal, I think today, featured Venezuela's rigged election for Maduro. This is the same technology, the same equipment. It came out of Venezuela to be used here. I would imagine our three-letter agencies have a role in it. We're essentially fighting the entire globalist elite power structure that wants to control the world for their own financial benefit. And frankly, that includes a lot of American corporations that have international interests and want to do business with China, have made back deals with the Chinese, and untold numbers of politicians who have done the same thing.
You know, 2 years ago, I would have said that sounds crazy. But after all that's happened, I think you're absolutely right. I think this is the way the world works. By the way, I do want to ask you about the servers overseas. Dominion reportedly has all kinds of internet connections, and for whatever reason, they were counting the votes in places like Spain and Germany. You've seen the reports. Maybe you know firsthand that some of these servers may or may not have been seized. overseas equipment of Dominion taken possession of by forces friendly to the United States. Do you know anything about that?
I am hoping it's the Department of Defense that has them. That is certainly who should have them because it's a national security risk. The Dominion systems should never have been allowed in this country. They are internationally owned. Our votes were counted in Frankfurt, Germany, and altered in Barcelona, Spain, and other places. We simply cannot allow that as the United States of America. We must maintain sovereignty over all our crucial systems, and the voting system is one of them. The fact that CFIUS, the organization of heads of various agencies, ever approved this a number of years ago, I find absolutely appalling.
Supreme Court tomorrow for you?
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Will you be in the Supreme Court tomorrow? You said emergency relief. Does that entail you going there? How's that going to actually work?
That's going to work as fast as we can humanly make it work. It may not be tomorrow, but we also have a case out of Michigan that needs to go, a case out of Arizona that may very well wind up there. There should be at least 3 states before the Supreme Court with enough electoral votes to change the outcome before the end of the week.
Sidney Powell, I wish I was an attorney and I could help out, or I knew something about computers, but I don't. So the good thing is I know you're not on your own. I know you have a lot of attorneys and good people working with you. We wish you all the luck.
We have an amazing team of great patriots.
Great patriots. Well, let us know if you need anything, all right?
Thank you very much. People can donate at defendingtherepublic.org.
One more time on that website, please.
Defendingtherepublic.org. And there's another great website where we're uploading documents, Kraken, KRAKEN -wood, WOD.com. Twitter keeps trying to take that down, and they've taken down our Twitter handle on that. But it's a Project Linwood, and I started to get the word out about all these issues.
The Kraken. I've been hearing a lot about that stuff. Good stuff. Thank you very much. To be continued. Sidney Powell, good luck, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, Greg.
You bet. Merry Christmas, too. Beautiful, beautiful tree right back there. Grant Stinchfield has the show right after this.